Right, so welcome everyone. It's good to see you. Now today's talk is about the question whether past and future are real or not. As you noticed when we went through the practice today, we arrived at a point that is called present moment awareness. We're letting go of thoughts about the past, thoughts about the future, coming really into a very intense or deep experience of what is currently happening right now in this moment. Abandoning everything that happened even just a moment ago or even just a moment ahead. So in a way, if you're entering that state deeply, there is no more sense of striving to get anywhere else. You're not trying to get to the next stage. You're not trying to become anyone else other than who you are right now. So this is a very profound state. In general, all the states that we cover in meditation practice, whether it's the 3 preparations, the posture, the breath, the attitude, or the first stage where we're going through our body, exploring the body, releasing tension in the body, or letting go of physical tension, or coming to the second stage where we're letting go of our thoughts of past and future. All these stages are very deep. They're not just simple little experiences that you need to rush through so you can get to a higher stage. Every stage should be deepened in your practice, and when that stage deepens, it naturally leads you to the next stage. So stage 1 is a natural foundation that leads you to stage 2. If you're deeply relaxed and joyful in your body, you can't help but be present with your body. Right? If you're feeling good in your body, your mind just doesn't want to go anywhere else. The reason why we're so distracted all the time is that we're uncomfortable in our bodies. So we constantly need to escape into mental worlds of thought and imagination. So when you're feeling good, you're naturally present. Think of enjoying a good meal with your friends. If it tastes really, really good, you don't want to think about anything else. If you have a pleasant massage, you don't want to think about anything else. You don't want to think about what to do after the massage or what you did before it. You're enjoying your time right there and then. Or you have these scratchers that you can put on the head, right? You know them? Yeah. Exactly, that's the effect that they have on people. They just make you melt. They're so comfortable to get this. Now that's what I mean. When you're so comfortable, you forget about thinking about your past. Oh, my childhood was so bad, and I hope that one day I will make it and become a millionaire. Right now I'm not. All that disappears in that moment. You're just enjoying yourself. You're just melting away, right? That's presence. So in the first stage, you relax. You let go of tension in the body, which naturally makes you present. You're enjoying your body when it's nice, open, and relaxed. When it's tense and uncomfortable, it's not so nice being in the body. So the first stage also encompasses the practices such as asana practice in yoga. So you're learning to open the body to stretch properly, so you can manage to sit well. Qigong, Tai Chi, it works as well. There are many things that can open the body properly, and this is important to do as well. Not just trying to sit in meditation and forcing yourself through the pain. And you also want to support the process by actually adjusting the body and letting the body come into a more wholesome and positive state. But today, the question is about the second stage in particular, and the third stage, of course. Present moment awareness. Now, is the past real? Most of us would spontaneously say, yes, it is, right? I have a past. Right? But when anyone asks you, well, where is your past? Where is it? Can you show me your past? And it quickly becomes obvious that it's a very subjective experience, your past. Right? If we theoretically would be doing time traveling and go back into past, then we would also have to ask the question, whose past are we going back into? Are we going back into the past of Arnold Schwarzenegger? Then we would all experience exactly that. This is impossible. So past is a very private experience. We all have a different experience of past. There is no such thing as an objective past that exists somewhere other than the field of your experiencing. Past could only be experienced if there is consciousness of past. There is no consciousness of past. Past is not experienced. Yes? So given that, there is no such thing as an externally, independently existing objective thing that is called past, which is waiting for some sort of consciousness to discover it. Until it is discovered, it just remains dormant somewhere. But very often that's exactly the way we experience it. Like that there is some past that I have. It's in my possession. It's kind of like a tool that I have in my toolbox. That's where it is. It seems like a very concrete, real thing. So we got to learn to distinguish from the experience of past and the reality of past. There's two different things. The experience of past exists. There's no doubt about this. We all can have an experience of past. Yes? But the reality of past does not exist. That there is no such thing as a truly existent, independently existent past somewhere. Where would it be? Where would this past be? And yet it appears like such a real thing. Yes, my past. It exists. I've been there. I did that. I am the one who am now because of the person that I was yesterday. Do you see the trap with that? Do you see the problem with that? So that's the reason, by the way, why most of us just simply keep repeating our yesterdays. We don't evolve. We don't really get better because we are reliving our past. We are attached to the outcome of our action we are attached, you can say, to, yes, as who I was, this is who I am right now. Or I am that person because of who I was. No, we are who we are because we have no mindfulness. We don't see what's going on with our mind. So we cannot skillfully change destructive patterns into wholesome patterns because we don't see them going on. Yes. So as long as we're not seeing them going on, we then just simply react to them. We become these patterns. So we relive our yesterdays. We do the same over and over every day. It's the same thing. It's the same kind of thoughts. If you look at your mind and the way it thinks, yesterday, before yesterday, last week, last year, same stuff, same topics, isn't it? Maybe different words, a few different pictures, but essentially it's the same kinds of topics that are going on, mainly based on, will I make it? Have I been making it good enough? Will I make it good enough? It's all about doing something, getting somewhere. becoming someone. It's not about who you are. It's about trying to become something, or regretting who you've been, or looking back in a romantic way onto who you've been. Oh, the past was so much better. I wish I was there. But of course you can't. You can't live in a bubble of thoughts in your own head. And so what is the experience of past made of? What do you think? What is its substance?
Thoughts.
Thoughts, yeah. If you would reach out with your hand and grab them, what would you grab? Is there anything substantial to grab? You reach out for a thought, mentally, just even mentally, reaching out and trying to hold a thought, trying to grab a thought. What substance is it made of? What's really there? It's a bunch of nothing that looks like a bunch of something. Like a hologram, right? It looks like something, but it isn't. It might look like Prince Charming. There's a hologram of Prince Charming in the room, and you want to give him a hug. What will you hug? There's nothing there. Thoughts are just like that. Ooh, your past is just like that. There's nothing there. It's a hologram. It's a mirage, a rainbow. You can't reach it. You can't grab a hold of it because there's nothing there. And we're fooled by that nothing. It has us firmly in its grip, so to say. Like you can be fooled by a hologram or a movie. You watch the movie, you think, oh, this is amazing. I hope they make it. There's explosions and all that, and you're holding onto your seat and you're crying if something sad happens, and you're laughing if something funny happens. You're totally lost in the movie, even though there's nothing happening. There's a flat screen in front of you on which light is dancing. There's nothing else. All the rest happens in your mind. In reality, it's just empty. There's nothing there. That seeing through these projections of the past, these holographic images of who you've been and so forth, all they do is they keep certain patterns of feeling and thinking and doing alive. As long as you're not looking through them. Just like a movie keeps certain reactions in you alive. Those are real reactions. You see someone die in the movie, you're shocked. Or maybe happy because it was a bad guy that died. You feel relief. That relief is real. It's a real experience. But it is based on a non-reality. It is based on an illusion. In the same way, whatever habits are going on in your mind, and past is one of those habits, memory is one of those habits that are constantly going on, that based on the way you react to them, that's how your life unfolds. So you might go into aversion, not liking what you see. You might go into attachment, wanting more of what you see. But still, it's what we are averse to or what we are attracted to is nothing but a mirage. And we don't see through it because we don't look closely enough. We don't really look at what's going on, right? So in order to determine whether past and future are actual realities, I encourage you right now to look for them. Where is your past? And please, start from the honest assumption, I have a past. Because that's the way we mostly feel. Don't try to create an intellectual thing of, past doesn't exist. But go to that real feeling of, yes, I do have a past. Well, most of us do have that, right? I have it. Yes, I have a past. Of course I have a past. I come from Germany, I moved to Thailand, right? I do have a past. Without my past, I wouldn't be here. So come play a little bit like the devil's advocate, right? So you're coming and you are advocating for the past. The past is real. Why is it real? To give me reasons. Let's establish the reality of the past before we look into it, okay? So give me some reasons. Why is the past real?
It actually happened.
It actually happened. Okay. Anything more solid? Anything solid? Come on. Speak for the past. Make a case for it.
What we are today.
That's pardon?
It made us what we are today.
It made us what we are today. This it that you're talking about, the past.
Yeah.
What is it?
Things that happened in the past.
Things that happen look directly right now. I'm encouraging you to look directly at it. This thing that you call past. Can you locate it? Where is its location? And I'm just talking not about what happened in the past. I talk about past itself. Do you see the difference? I'm not talking about what happens in the room. I'm talking about the room right now. Can you point that out?
The past means the children we are.
Yes, that's more things that happened in the past. Now I'm looking for the past itself. You only give me things that happen in the past so far. Can you give me the past itself? What do you find when you go there? Do you find anything truly existing there?
Happy or sad memories.
Those are things that happened in the past. Content of the past, right? Think of space, outer space. And you're giving me right now planet after planet. You give me the orange planet, and the space is there because there is an orange planet, and there is a yellow planet, and there is a green planet, and there is a sun, and there's galaxies. I'm not asking for the stuff in space. I'm asking you to point at space. I'm not asking you to point at things that happened in the past, but I'm asking for past itself. Where is it? What is it made of?
I mean, it's not, the past is not a reality, but you mean past is only on the space, like a source in space, not seen. You can touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Reality.
Mm-hmm. So let's say the name past exists, right? We can say past, P-A-S-T, right? What does that name point to? It's difficult to answer that one. Maybe it is just a word. Could that be? Maybe that word doesn't really point to anything concretely existing. Maybe it doesn't point to anything solid. Maybe it's just a word. Like the famous example of the forest. Does a forest exist? You say yes, right? There is a forest. Where is it? Over there. There's a forest. Now, if I told you to actually go over there, please, and bring me back a forest. Bring me back the forest. What would you bring back? Those are logs. Those are logs, not forest. What else could you bring back? That's a tree. That's not forest. Many trees? Those are just many trees. They're not forest. Where is that thing, forest? Well, it's just a word, right? If you actually go into the forest and you look for a thing called forest, you won't find it. All you find is dust, trees, wood,
We find a
atoms.
collection of things that it.
Correct, yes. This is similar with past. You only have a collection of stuff that apparently is the past. But if you actually look for something that's past, you can't find anything. The mind is left kind of hanging there. So you can't find anything. And that confusion is wonderful. First of all, it's humbling to come into a state of, I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. That's very good. I say, yes, but in my past I blah, 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 blah. And then I reflect on that. Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. That's wonderful. It makes the spirit very humble. Oh, actually, what do I really know? Doesn't seem to be much. Sure, I can repeat things, but do I really know by myself? What is it that I really know? Doesn't seem much. So then I look deeply into that and I stay with this confusion. Where is my past? Where is it? And I can find that there are memories, right? Like images of me being in Paris, me being in Germany, me being having dinner last night somewhere. Okay? These images are there, but are they in the past? Or am I experiencing them now? In which time frame am I experiencing past memories? In the present, right? If you think about last night's dinner, then that's a thought that you are having right now. Doesn't mean that you're going back to last night's dinner. What's that memory like? Like, reflect on last night's lunch, last lunch, yeah? Yesterday's lunch. Think of your lunch. What's that? Is that really past? Or is it just a thought? Is it just a picture in your head?
It's a present memory.
Yeah, it's just a picture, right? Could it even be called memory, or is it just thinking?
Depends how good the food was.
You're making me hungry now.
Yeah. So analyze it. If you look at this picture, is it not just a picture? Is there something more to it?
There could be descriptions.
Yes, there could be descriptions. Thoughts about it, yes. The dinner was very good, the lunch was very good, I enjoyed it a lot. Then there might be a recalling of tastes, sounds maybe, sounds in the restaurant. But none of that is happening in any other time but now. And of course, the future is the same thing. You can reflect the same way on the future. Where is it? Where is the future? Where is it localized? Can you find it? And all we are ever left with are thoughts, pictures, and words in your head, and feelings. Picture, word, feeling. Is there anything more than that? Is there anything more to your past other than pictures, words, and feelings in your head right now? Yeah, and this is a big insight. If you see this truly, if you see this deeply, it'll be life-changing. It means you truly do have no past. There is no past. This is a big one now. This is not just You know, spiritual insights are life-changing. They're big, big insights. They're completely turning around anything you think to be true about life. Anything that you think to be true about yourself. If that is revealed as to be just empty, there's nothing really there, that can be quite a shock. All who I thought I was is just thinking. It's nothing more than that. All that I think that I will be, it is just thinking. It is nothing more than that. So in that sense, we can say the past and the future are experiences. And as an experience in the present moment, they are real. There's a certain mental state that arises and passes. Right now, that's it. And as that, it's real. But outside of that, there's nothing to be found which is actually past or future. Impossible. So what does that leave us with?
Present.
The present, yeah. Is there anything outside of the present moment? Is there anything outside of the present moment experience?
So that means the body is only...
Say it again.
The body, our body, is the only witness of our past, because the body is the only thing to pass through.
Okay, here's another case for the past, right? So the body is a witness of the past. It shows you that you had a past, right?
Yeah, because if you have a scarf or something like that, or that means witness of our past.
Yes, yes. So is the house you are in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's many things, material things, that could be taken as a witness for the past. And oh yeah, this is also important. We can say conventionally there is a past. However, ultimately there is not. Ultimately you can't find anything that would be a past. Yes? But you can, of course, you can find signs of passing time. Yes? But that is conventional reality. This is a convention. Like such as an aging body, you look into the mirror, or you look different tomorrow, and so forth. These things exist. But whatever you are experiencing, whenever you are experiencing your body, you can only ever experience it now. You cannot experience past body. You see what I mean? Yes? Does that make sense so far? You can also not experience your body that happens in one moment. It's impossible to experience that. It's out of reach. The only thing that you can actually experience is happening right now. Is there ever any experience outside of now?
That means what you said 2 minutes ago,
Mm-hmm.
it's already past.
It's past. There is a continuation, much like passing a candle flame from candle to candle. Okay? So while one candle burns out, the flame passes on to the next candle. That's like a momentary thing, right? As long as there is fuel, there is a passing on of the candle flame, but the candle flame ever only burns with the candle in this very moment. The previous candle is burnt out, the next one isn't burning yet. Okay? So as long as there is fuel in that way, there is a passing on of the flame. But when the fuel is not there anymore, that passing on of the flame stops. Yes. Then this flame burns out and that's it. There's no more passing on, like that. So there is a sort of a continuity there. There's a continuity to an experience, because we're constantly busy mentally, and that's a very subtle process, buying into it. As long as you're buying into it, it can stay and proliferate, it can grow, it can turn into various other things. The body is one such experience that we're heavily invested in. This is deep stuff. Like when we're heavily invested in the body, it proliferates, it stays, and it turns into another body and another body and another body and so forth. One moment of body turning into the next moment of body. If you're not anymore invested in the body, then it will do its time and that's it. It comes to an end.
I think that last bit of the body.
When you're not invested in the body anymore, you're not identified with it anymore, the body is just a natural phenomenon. It's a bunch of atoms. It will just run out.
Like the swing diet.
Like the candle. It just uses up the rest of the fuel and then that's it. The flame goes.
But I don't understand when you're saying when you're invested in it.
Identified with it. Feeling like I am this body. It keeps it. It keeps you looking for me being a body. When that stops, the whole body making thing stops also. This is subtle stuff. This is very, very refined kind of mental experiences that are going on. The mind is super intricate in spinning up this world. Think of it like a dream, right? In a dream, you're walking around, you're having a body, you're doing all sorts of things in the dream environments. You go into the house, you go out from the house, but essentially what's really happening is everything in the dream just appears like it's outside of you, but in reality it's not. It's all made of mind. Whatever stones you're sitting on or walking on, the cushion, your body, yes. It's very much the same in our waking state. So again, let's come back to that last question. Can you find any experience outside of what is experienced right now? Is there anything you could be experiencing outside of right now? That one you can take with you into reflection. You can just sit in meditation and observe. Is there ever any experience outside of now? Is there ever anything other than what's going on right now? The experiences possible in the now are hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling, thinking. Is there anything outside of that? You can look. This is something not to philosophize about. This is something to observe. Does your future exist? Now where? You're really sitting down, you're really looking for it. What is it made of? Where is it? Does my past exist? What does it look like? Where is it? Where is my past? Where is it located? What is it made of? What is it truly? I want to know. Not just reading a nice spiritual quote and buying into it and saying, wow, there's no time. Everything is timeless. Wow. Sounds so deep. But investigate. Like actually look. These things are there for you to see clearly. Next time when you are anxious and scared of your future, oh my God, what might happen with me? What might happen with me? then contemplate them directly here and there. Is there anything other than right now?
It was of the past, because the past is some memory.
Yes.
The future is nothing.
Yes.
You cannot imagine.
Yeah.
Only the imagination.
It's imagination. The experience of imagination, when is it happening? It's happening right now. So I look right into it. I take it as an invitation to look right at the experience of imagination. What is it like? Imagining a future is like this. And the better you're getting at that, the more you become devoted to being present. The less you buy into past and future as being some place where you could possibly find happiness. If you're looking for happiness, you can't find it yesterday, you can't find it tomorrow. Impossible. You can only find it ever now. That is a result of letting go of tension. Past and future is a major tension, creating big tension. Ajahn Sumedho said one time that past and future are a result of craving. What creates time is craving. The origin of time is craving. The mind going out like this, wanting something or not wanting something. If that does not happen, time stops. If there is no craving, no energy of wanting or not wanting, time stops. It gradually fades out, like the candle burning out. You are entering the timeless, the deathless. That is the path, which the Buddha also said several times, that it goes completely against the world. That his teachings go completely against what everybody else holds to be true. He's pointing to what has no time. All the world is about is time. Me trying to get somewhere. Me trying to become someone. It's all about this. The path of the Buddha is not about becoming. Opposite. It's about letting go. Peace, happiness, it's all to be found there. It's not to be found in accumulation. It's not to be found in somewhere else. In becoming. All right? So yeah, that's all comes to mind for today. Is there any questions?